my favorite time right now. It's evening, the sun is going down. You know, I want to show you something. Let me tell you a story on lettuce. Now, so many of you tell me you can't grow lettuce. We're going to have to really get into this because I can't stop growing lettuce. I have it growing all through there. I have it growing in there. I've got it growing there. I've got it growing everywhere. But I want to show you this. The lettuce I'm growing is a romaine lettuce. Nothing fancy. I bought it years ago. Isn't that beautiful? And we keep picking, keep getting salads. Look, I'm just picking from the outside and it just keeps growing. But going back to that, I've had it for generations now. I bought it many years ago, pre-pandemic. And I bought it the one time, let them go to seed, and I just well, I don't even collect the seeds. I have a very unique way of growing it. I should collect the seeds. And maybe I will, now that I'm telling you about it. But look at this, aren't they gorgeous? In dish pans. This one is the smaller dish pan. Let's see, this one is 18 quart. And I think this one's 12. You don't need a lot. You don't want to overcrowd it. You know, we'll get into how I'm doing it and different tricks you can do to keep it alive even in the summer, because I grow lettuce all summer. But this is what I wanted to show you. This is a funny story. This is red lettuce. Now, this lettuce is in its second generation. You can see the leaf is just red. It's not really real red, but it's got that redness to it. Now, I know I don't want to mix them because I don't want to lose this. This is, let me go out a little bit. This is so acclimated to my property, you know, where I'm growing it, the way I'm growing it. Gary doesn't even grow lettuce. He doesn't bother. He doesn't need to. That I don't want to hybridize this with this. So if this starts to go to seed, I'm probably either going to pull it out, move it, or cover it. That would be another way of doing it. Now, the funny thing about this is a YouTuber many years ago, which is Little Bean, she sent me some seeds. I sent her stuff, she sent me stuff. Let's call it a trade. And she sent me a lot of stuff, a flower pot and all different things. But for whatever reason, I didn't grow it at the time. Maybe because I was growing mine, I didn't plant it. I don't remember. Did I plant some and they didn't grow? So I went ahead, being now, 6 years old, the seed, I planted all of them. There was a package of them. And only one grew. Now, that's 6 years for a lettuce might be a lot, because tomato seeds you can save for 10 years plus if they're stored right and they're not damp. I'm not sure on lettuce, because lettuce is such a fast-growing plant that it seeds and then it falls and it grows and it will reseed itself. So I don't know how long you can store lettuce for, though it was stored really well. Wasn't refrigerated or anything fancy, just in the bag. She sent it to me, a little plastic baggie, and whatever reason, only one grew. Now, this is what's fascinating. The one self-pollinated, because you don't really need a lot of pollination for lettuce. I've had it seed even in enclosed areas where no bees or anything can get to it. I leave it for the birds. We'll go into that, and I'll show you what the birds do to it in a full video on how we grow lettuce here. But with the one lettuce, it did reseed. I did plant those seeds, and now I've got a whole bunch. So let's step back almost a couple months. This is the single red lettuce that came up, and it had a nice little head on it with all those flowers, and it did produce seed. And here I'm removing the seeds that are left. Yes, the birds did pick some out, but you know what? One stalk of flowers has hundreds and hundreds of seeds, and there you can look. And the seeds are the ones that are little tiny, dark, grainy looking, very much like rye seed. See there it is. The dark little rye looking seeds in there. That is the actual seed, and that's what's going to grow. The rest of it is just part of the flower. But look underneath. I'm going to show you that. The ones that have fallen on their own as the birds were picking, that's baby lettuce. Look at that. So by simply watering the plant, you can see the stalk from the lettuce was red. And in here, I've got peppers and flowers growing in here. Just because I watered it and the seeds were falling in there, the baby red lettuce is growing on their own. And now I can move those and I can save some of the new seed that I just collected from that stalk from that one plant can now provide me with hundreds or thousands of lettuce plants. So I don't need to plant them all right now, but isn't that cool? See how they're green with a little bit of rusty red in the center? That is really nice. Now it's a matter of delicately moving some of them because they won't grow that way. They'll stay very small. They need more space. So we've got to find a better home for them. These lettuce are about the same age as mine. Notice how much smaller they are, and they're very delicate. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. See how beautiful the lettuce and the bok choy is? I've got lettuce there. I've got it there. It's starting to take off. I've got it up there. But I went through some of these, and they didn't look that great. And I decided no more trying to keep things alive that don't look great. Plus, when I went ahead and did this, some of them didn't look good. The roots were bad, but I planted everything because it was the last bit in the container. I pulled out the ones that I thought really, like even this one, I should really get rid of that. But there is a new leaf coming up, so I may wait. But I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to start planting some more lettuce in here. So this is what I brought over. This is red lettuce. Now I'm not going to let the red lettuce, I don't think, go to seed with the green because I love my green. See, this one's bad. We're going to pull that out. You know, that one wasn't even in there. See, it doesn't have much of a root. So I'm going to go ahead and spot the red lettuce in between. And this is basically notes to me. So when I walk over here in a week or two and go, hey, all that's red, though we can clearly see it's red, I'll say, that's right. I took out the bad and I put in the good. All right, I'm going to get that done right now. So I just counted and I have 7. Oh, this one might have come out of here too, but 7 good size ones. I'll see if I put the little one in. And now I'm just going to make my holes. We don't want any weeds in here. And I'm going to start to put in these lettuce. And then we'll see if these will take in here. I wanted to see how nice the roots look on that. So all I'm doing is making a little hole. I bury it like I did the others. And then I give a slight tug. So it kind of will straighten out the roots a little bit. All right, I'm going to keep going. I can't do this without having a third hand. You kind of look at them sideways and some of them just kind of fall over. There's one there too. I think those are the only 2. Let's see, is this one? Okay, so this is one. There's 3 here. 1, 2, 3. But look how much smaller they are. Now, will they change as they grow here and get used to, you know, the climate, the way I'm growing them? They might. They might change. Or it could be the plant itself is a very delicate, softer leaf. This is a really robust leaf. I don't know, but I thought it would be a fun story to share with you that I had nothing to lose. Planted all the seeds. One came up, kind of babied that a little bit. That plant is long gone now. The birds ate some of the seeds, and then I planted. I let it self-seed, but I helped it out. I planted it, and I did get a whole bunch, but they're much more delicate. I planted some more recently, and they're really tiny, and they're very fine, small lettuce, where mine come up just, oh my goodness. You just plant them and you can't stop them. So it'd be interesting to see if they change over time, though I'm going to have to say it. I'm in love with my lettuce, and this is what you want to do, especially with something so fast growing. If you get some lettuce you like, and we are not talking about iceberg, because that is like growing a cabbage. You have to wait too long. Some sort of really nice leafy lettuce. If it starts growing on your property where you are so happy with it, work with that and don't worry about any other lettuce. That's what I would do. Or keep them where they don't cross-pollinate. Look at all this in here. Do you see all this? And then down here, look at all the trays of lettuce. You can't even see what's in here. This is all blocked, but there's a whole bunch growing in there too. Here's one in a trash can, a Walmart trash can. Look at the white trash can. It's so big. I've always grown them in trash cans. You work with something on your property that works really well, and then you just keep going with it because it's going to get stronger and stronger as it grows. Look at this. It's just gorgeous. So I just thought it'd be a fun little story that she sent me some seeds, kept them all these years, and then went ahead, planted them. See, here's a good example. There is another one in here. See how it's not really happy? Now, yes, we've been hot. We were 90. We're going to be 90 again tomorrow. But notice my lettuce doesn't mind that it's 90. I didn't even cover these with tulle. I had started and then I thought, nah, whatever happens, happens. If I see whitefly on it, I just hose the whitefly off. And that's the end of it. If something starts to bother it, then I will cover it absolutely because I planned on covering it. But the point is there's things I've done to it to deter things to come to it. And that's why I didn't cover it. It was kind of an experiment and it worked. We'll get into exactly how I'm growing the lettuce, the little tricks that you can do to grow it, and even how I planted up the containers, what is in there. No, I do not have any water on the bottom or anything. I just have a different method of doing it, probably different than anybody else. But you know what? If it works, I'm not changing it. Look at this, it's getting dark. You can't tell, but my phone is picking it up like it's light, but it's dark outside. I'm surprised the coyotes aren't barking, howling, yapping. Nope, not yet. So I wanted to share that with you. So if you've got some old seeds and you're thinking about throwing them away, but you really like the plant, go ahead, plant them, put them in a container. This is what I did. You know, put them somewhere and then baby them. So you're protecting them. Because there's some old seeds in here too. Some grew, some did not. And keep them covered because sometimes you don't know. You might plant them and a bird might come and eat up all the baby seedlings, or a roly-poly might get them when they're really tiny. Then you'll lose them and you'll think, what did I do wrong? Well, it's not you. Nature sent somebody in that marched in there and was hungry. So you want to do it with maybe potting soil. You don't want to have any critters in your soil when you're doing seedlings. And then see what happens. Anyways, I better get in. It is getting dark. I know you can't tell. You know it's dark. You don't hear weed whackers. You don't hear blowers. It's so quiet. And that's how you know it's nighttime. With that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. And thank you, Little Bean. I finally did grow my red lettuce. Cool.